Thank you so much for joining us tonight at 11 o'clock. We start with the city of Richmond holding on to hope that Officer Seara Burton will pull through. She's been in the hospital for more than 48 hours in critical condition after she was shot in the line of duty. Tonight, the community came together for a prayer vigil in Officer Burton's honor. Now, our Emily Longnecker is sharing their message to Seara and her loved ones.
Dozens of candles illuminate this picture of Richmond police officer Seara Burton and her canine partner Brev outside Richmond's municipal building. Officer Burton has served this community for 4 years, and tonight it was the community's turn to be there for her.
I lift my voice.
They gathered
to worship you.
To pray for a miracle.
And we pray for her sweet, precious family.
Hundreds of Richmond residents came together Friday to let Officer Seara Burton and her family and fellow officers know.
And we pray this in great hope.
They're here for them.
One of my warriors is hurt and needs your prayers. I've been asking for that, and you have responded, and they are felt.
Richmond Police Chief Mike Britt pointed out the picture of Officer Burton with her canine partner Brev.
The first time I met her, she had that smile. I don't believe she's ever lost that smile.
Britt said his department is hurting. The response from those in the crowd,
God, be with these officers, be with these first responders, be with them,
was to lift their hands in prayer for all the police and first responders.
If you know Seara, if you're lucky enough to know her, she's an absolute warrior.
Richmond's Mayor Dave Snow remembered swearing in Officer Burton just 4 years ago.
I met this fiery, young, brand new cadet that just couldn't wait to get out there and do that job, and I saw her family beaming with absolute pride to see her fulfill her dream to heed that call to service.
And that's what Officer Burton was doing Wednesday when she was shot.
We're shook, we're angry, we're outraged.
Our daughter's an officer on second shift with Seara, and yeah, it hit home. The reality of it hit home, and it's been a very hard week for her and for us. So it's been tough.
Despite the pain, many of Richmond's residents say they're not going anywhere.
He's got Officer Seara in his hands.
They'll keep fighting for an officer as she fights for her life.
In his hands.
And they'll continue to ask for a miracle.
He's got the whole world in his hands.
Richmond's Mayor Dave Snow told the crowd tonight that he had been at the hospital with Officer Burton's mother and stepmother, who he said are praying at her bedside.
Tonight, the man accused of shooting Officer Burton officially faces charges for attempted murder and unlawful possession of a gun by a serious violent felon. 13 Investigates learned that Philip Lee also faced illegal gun charges back in 2017. That's when police arrested him with heroin and a loaded rifle. Now, that charge could have landed him in prison for more than a decade, but the prosecutor in Wayne County dismissed it as part of a plea agreement. So Lee, as a result, only locked up for 4 years. And that's despite his violent history. That includes running from police, trying to steal an officer's gun, biting an officer, and saying he'd shoot any officer he encountered before going back to jail. So we talked to Delaware County's prosecutor to get some insight on how Lee got such a short sentence for those charges dating to 2017. And he told us while plea agreements are complicated, habitual violent offenders usually don't get big breaks.
When you're looking at somebody with a violent history, I think it's critical to consider the highest charge you can find, and you have these repeat offenders that offend over and over and over again. And those are the people that need to be warehoused. They don't need to be out. They need to be in prison.
We asked Wayne County's prosecutor to explain that plea deal decision, but so far he hasn't responded.